Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of For What It's Nerd. Today, we are here to discuss a biggie, the Odyssey. And I have with me today a guest. It's been a while since we had a guest on For What It's Nerd, to be honest, but I felt this one was very apt, and it was pretty last minute, actually. But Ajax was very kind to accept the invitation last minute. Ajax, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So Ajax, you're a big mythology fan in general. So this was like your movie of the year, right? Like
yeah, I've been looking forward to this for about 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. So did it live up to the hype?
Yes.
I feel like there's something there.
I won't get into everything quite yet because we've got a big discussion about it.
We've got a lot to discuss.
Yeah. I was happy to watch it.
Yes.
I would watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
There's positives and negatives.
Of course there is. I mean, any movie does, though, right? Like the thing, even a magnum opus, and Nolan does have a few. That's an
understatement. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much his whole catalog nearly. But like, yeah, I totally agree. I do have a few things that I personally didn't love as well. But I think I want to start by saying that I don't know if you got this feeling, but I really got this feeling watching it. It felt otherly. Did you get that feeling? Like it felt like I actually genuinely felt like I was there experiencing this thing that happened. Yes, to some degree. Obviously, it's fictitious to an extent, but this thing that happened 1,000 or whatever many years ago.
They definitely made it so that you are there in the film.
Yeah.
How in depth are we going with?
Yeah. Let's just clarify.
Full spoilers.
Full spoiler. I mean, to be fair though, just to clarify, if you're going to be spoiled by the Odyssey on this podcast for something that is essentially more or less been around for 1,000 years,
it's about 2,000 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 2,000. Sorry, 2,000. Like at this point, it's your fault. But yeah, go ahead.
So the scene with the storm near the end. All of the lightning and the thunder was so intense.
It was.
Like, you were there.
Oh, 100%. Do you know what? The sound in general, the way it was mixed, and the volume, which sometimes I was thinking, blooming heck, my ears are being blown out. But it was like,
several parts like that.
Yeah.
Polyphemus' scream.
Yes. Yeah. I actually jumped.
That shook me.
I actually jumped.
It was so loud. It went on for so long. It was that horrible pitch.
Yeah.
The main bit that I loved about the sound, though, I picked up on it quite early on. Everything is kind of muffled while he has his helmet on, and as soon as his helmet comes off, it's crystal clear.
And they played a lot with sound, and sound isn't something that, I mean, obviously, sound like scores in movies you notice a lot, but I don't. A lot of the time that'll kind of fall into the background. But like the sound was so important in this movie in general. Like, for example, the siren section and stuff like that as well. Like it feels like it was really. I mean, even the beginning of the movie, and I actually kind of like this part. I don't know what you think about it. The way they brought in, was it Travis Scott at the beginning?
Travis Scott,
and he was doing I get where they were going with the idea of it being like this oral tradition and telling the story, and like, but also it kind of links through to what. It's about the human condition, right? It's about humanity as art, right? And how that art has then gone through. And it's do you know what it actually reminded me of? And I don't know if you've seen it, but Sinners. In that,
I haven't.
So in Sinners, there's a scene that's not dissimilar to that. In that it's a movie set in the past, but it kind of has a commentary on all of the music to come, if that makes sense. And I kind of felt like this is a very similar thing to that.
I mean, the whole way through, everything is narrated.
Yeah.
Like, not actually narrated, but it is told.
Yes.
It's people describing what's happened without there being a narrator.
Yeah, and I thought that was really smart because I mean, obviously, yes, it's a written text, but oral tradition was so important during so much of this thing in reality. You know, that's how that would have come to be known.
That is how the Greeks and everyone from that era told their stories.
So it was really cool. I don't know what you think about this. I want to know your opinion, because I know it's changed somewhat from the actual, the Odyssey itself. But yes. Calypso and that kind of the way they framed that, how do you feel about that?
What do you mean?
Because as I understand it, because I've had to read up a bit, because I read the Odyssey years ago and I'm not super refreshed on it.
It has been a very long time since I've read it as well.
So, but as I understand it, there's a certain few, like the gods obviously are a little bit less involved. They're more kind of implied in this piece.
Yes, that's one of my biggest concerns with it.
So go ahead.
That is purely because of how mythology orientated I am.
Yes.
I would have liked there to have been more of that. It felt like they were trying to make it grounded and realistic, but you can't have that with a Cyclops.
Yeah, and you know what, right? The thing is, three of the most poignant scenes in the movie are, in my opinion, the supernatural ones. The Cyclops, actually there's 5. I'm going to go even further. The Cyclops, the Giants was a really intense scene as well.
Yeah, the Laphegonians are really intense.
Yeah, the Circe part,
horrific.
That was like proper next level horror shit. Like I was feeling uncomfy. Like
visceral body horror.
Yeah, like it was very good. Oh, sorry. My voice went. It's very good, but it was a lot. It was a lot. I was going to say another one there. I've lost it. The communing with the dead. That was really, especially. What's his name? The guy who was on the ground. Tiresias or something like that.
Is Tiresias.
Yeah, just the way that kind of like. Obviously, it was. You could tell the way they done it in reality. Obviously, he was probably they dug a hole and he basically was in it. But but the fact that like the way he was sat, like he was still connected to the underworld and kind of like that was such a cool segment. And just I think there's another one I was thinking of there, but I've lost it.
There was the sirens and the Scylla.
Yes, all those moments are some of the most intense moments in this, right?
Yeah, I mean, all of the main reasons for his delays, bar like 2, are mythological.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I get holding back. Like I get that they were trying to do the symbology with like Zeus and Poseidon, right? I get that. I kind of understand that they're kind of making them personified in the waters and the thunderstorm, etc. But
the first time you see Athena, one of the first things that she says is like, "What are the gods apart from like what you can see controlling everything?"
I think though, opposite to that, obviously throughout the movie they're talking about Zeus's law and that you should treat all strangers sort of as if they could be the gods in disguise, and so to kind of have the only god show up be Athena, and
even that's in debate for me.
Yes, I was thinking that too. So let's go there too. Is that actually some kind of representation of a girl that was killed in Troy?
So,
right?
Like right at the end where you have that whole like reveal of everything that happened in Troy, you see her being beheaded at the same time as the statue of Athena is being beheaded. So is it he is seeing Athena next to him, taking on the image of that girl?
Yeah.
Or is it his subconscious appearing
as guilt, essentially?
Guilt. Because the whole way through, he kept mentioning, like, oh, your gods are doing this and your gods do that. It's like he doesn't believe in the gods at all.
No.
And that's very anti-Odysseus' character.
Yeah, which I was quite, it's very different. Like, I mean, I remember, like, the Iliad as well. And in there, you're literally, you see moments where the gods are literally specifically intervening in events. Yeah. Like, not just nudging things. They're, like, there. Like, they're doing
Athena, shit. Hermes, Poseidon, Zeus, Apollo, Aeolus. they all have big parts in the plot.
Yeah.
And yet none of them actually show up, bar possibly Athena.
Yeah, yeah. And I do agree with that. I do feel like they got this otherworldly vibe, and I feel if they like played with the idea, I think you could have really played with that idea of the rule of the law of Zeus, and had these characters show that we as the audience could have perceived as these gods, but like no one else did. And I think that could have been a cool way of doing it, whilst also sort of maintaining this, maybe, I don't know if it's his intent or not, but this more grounded version, let's say. I think it was kind of a weird one for me going into it and thinking like, oh, they're talking about all these gods, like, are the gods going to show up? And no, not really.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest problem with it.
Yeah,
is it tries to be too realistic in a fantasy world.
Yes, yeah, I do agree. You know, we've got Cyclopses, we've got giants, we've got Scylla, we've got sirens, and you're scared to put, I don't know, Hermes on screen. You're
scared to put some gods in.
Yeah, for like 2 minutes. And again, you could play with that. You know, the idea of gods in disguise is a really big theme in the movie. The law of Zeus is a big theme in the movie. You could play with that. You know,
I mean, even down to Apollo's castle.
Yeah.
Don't kill the castle because the gods will be angry at you. Oh, you've killed them, and now they're having a shipwreck, and all of you are dying because of the gods. So they are there. So show them.
Yeah, because cause and effect happens to basically prove the gods are real in this approximation, so to speak. So it's like, you are 100% right. I do think, though, and I don't know what you think of this, that I really loved that end conversation. And obviously we're going to dot around a bit, so we'll talk about the end and we're going to talk about the beginning, and we'll be all over the place. But to
be fair, that's how the story is. Isn't it? It's all sort of out of order.
Yeah, but I really love that end conversation between Odysseus and Penelope.
Through the grate.
Oh, that was such a good scene.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I think the best actor in this whole movie, I'm sorry, I think it was Anne Hathaway. Yeah. That scene, I will go on to it, but like that scene with Tom Holland's Telemachus, sorry. And she shouts about the throne hasn't been empty for 20 years. I've been on it. Oh, the pain in those words. Like it was so palpable. Like she almost bit his head off the way she screamed.
It just shows that feminism has been there.
Yes, exactly.
For such a long time in our history.
Yeah, and
women have constantly been put down.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's really important to the plot that she is as strong in stopping these suitors as anyone else. Do you know what I mean? Like yes, she hasn't picked up an axe or a bow or whatever, but she is using everything in her toolkit, so to speak.
Oh, it's a strength of character.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? She's being who she is, and she is keeping to that, which is really cool. But going back, sorry, to the great in that speech, what I found really, and it kind of plays into that, going back to that otherly discussion that I had at the beginning, that sense of like, it's our world, but it feels so esoteric in a way, is that this idea of that they unleashed something at Troy. I really love that idea, that the
fact that they broke Zeus's law.
Yeah, and they changed the world with it. And it kind of it's weird because I was sat there and I was kind of thinking of how when we shift the boundaries now in society, you know, things that weren't acceptable then are acceptable now, and is that always for the better? You know, it's a weird one to sort of compare, but like, and I wasn't thinking of this specifically at that moment, but we're currently going through something where we've kind of, the bubble has burst on AI, for example, right?
Yes.
And that is going to change the world forever. And it's the same sort of thing. There's no going back. And it's like that weird thing of like, and again, I'm not going to go on an AI rant right now, but it's just like that kind of similar idea that the world changed. And from that point on, everything that came next was just the ripples of that. Before. Yeah, and just couldn't be the same again. And I think that's such a that is humanity, though, right? Like that's what I really love about older texts and older stories. The Odyssey,
they're lessons for the future as well.
Yeah, the Odyssey is still a lesson about today. It's about principles. It's about being who you're meant to be. It's about sticking to staying the course. It's about love. It's about it's about loyalty. All those things that we still value today. Like I love that. I think that's what mythology is so. Mythology and like the wider kind of classic literature, so to speak, is so fascinating for, is that it literally is our society still, even down to words. I saw a tweet just before this and was saying the guy who's the mentor to Telemachus in the movie is called Mentor. Wow, good job, Nolan. And it was like, you do realize that's where the word comes from, right? Like you do realize that that's how a lot of these words came to be, right?
Also, why blame Nolan?
I know,
blame Homer.
I know. But
do they not understand that this is based on a 2,000-year-old script?
No, they don't. That's the best part, Ajax. They don't. But like, I was thinking that all the way through.
People who are like, oh, Odysseus, Odyssey.
Yeah.
Wow, inventive name.
Mm-hmm. But it's like I was going through and I was thinking of this just from a standpoint of sirens. It's a word we use quite regularly. Rock in a hard place literally comes from the whirlpool and the Scylla thing, because that's like the older version of it, and then the rock in a hard place is what kind of came about as more of a modern version of that. But the sayings that we have that literally go back to this, and that's what fascinates me about this as a piece of literature, and then obviously as media now. But yeah, Anne Hathaway. Sorry, I'm jumping around a lot, but
no, it's all good.
Anne Hathaway,
she was incredible.
I mean, she's a good actress anyway.
She had, was incredible, and it's nice. Like, Nolan clearly has his favorite actors and actresses.
Of course, and fair play. If they're good,
Yeah, I mean, you got Anne Hathaway in this, in Interstellar, and Batman.
Yes.
And she was phenomenal in all of them.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good actress. I mean, everything I've ever seen her in, even if the movie wasn't that good, I liked Anne Hathaway in it. So, and do you know what? I'm going to give him credit, because I'm going to give him credit, and I'm going to take it away from him. I think Tom Holland did quite well as Telemachus as well. I think, because I'm used to Spider-Man Tom Holland. Obviously, everyone is. And I think whenever he's done another movie, he's tried to emulate Spider-Man to a degree. I think he did differently with this.
Uncharted, he was still being Peter Parker. Yeah,
exactly. But I think with this, there was something different. And good, and fair play to him. Because to come into something so elevated, right? It's an elevated piece of media. And to really go, okay, I did theatre. I've done this stuff. I've done not Broadway, but you know what I mean. I've done those types of stuff. Let's go back to that, and he captures it. I think he captures it quite well. In fact, one of my favorite moments was when he actually realizes that it's Odysseus.
Yeah. He has said that this was his final opportunity to play a boy.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, he's 30. He shouldn't be cast as a teenager anymore.
No, he shouldn't. No. But
so, he looks young, but like, it's Telemachus's coming of age story, and in a way, it's his as well. Like, this is the end of his chapter of playing a boy. Now he can go on to play men.
And you know what? I actually thought he was being a little bit arrogant when he was saying that he was sort of forcing the Spider-Man people to kind of push a little bit to be better because of this movie. And now I see it, because I've watched him in this movie, and I get why he wants to be better, because he knows that he has it in him to do these other roles and do these other things.
Yeah.
And he wants to push further. And so, like, good on him, It really good on him to have the principle to say, this is how a really good filmmaker does it. Let's emulate that.
Yes.
And it's better all around for it,
Well, we hope so. We haven't seen what Spider-Man's going to
come on, it'll be good. It'll be good. Come on. It'll be good.
Like we haven't had a bad one yet. Yeah.
We haven't really like
the only bad Spider-Mans that I've seen was old like VHS cartoon ones, and they were awful.
I mean, I think just a little bit of a tangent here. We're talking about the Odyssey, but I think Spider-Man is just like you can kind of enjoy a Spider-Man film anyway because it's just a little bit silly and it's just a little bit fun, even if it's not perfect.
It's not high cinema.
No, exactly. And even within Marvel, it's like it's Spider-Man. People will enjoy it. Like that's the top and bottom of it. Anyway, back to the Odyssey. Do you know who I genuinely think was a little bit like a sleeper agent, but was actually a really cool character? And I don't know his name because there was so many names to remember. And I obviously again I read the Odyssey years ago.
Which one?
The farmhand, the sheep, the
blind guy.
Yes.
I can't remember his name.
But like his character was actually really interesting to me. Because it's kind of like he was sort of, to me, he was Ithaca. Like
Eumaeus.
Okay. He was Ithaca to me. In that, like, he is there as a representation of all this country, hopeful for their king's return. But like in that way of like, you know, you've got all these suitors, and then you've got him who's like the loyal Ithaca underneath that is still waiting, and kind of goes against what Odysseus is saying about everything's changed, and actually some people haven't. Some things underneath haven't. And they could be better again if you come back. So I think that was really interesting. Apart from I think that's what was so sad when he gets beaten in that later part of the movie. And I mean,
he's the one person that's still holding out hope.
Yeah.
Apart from the royals.
Yeah. And
it's like, this is your king that's gone missing.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, it might have been he's gone for 20 years.
Yeah.
But seriously, no one else is supporting.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It was a really interesting character to me, especially because of the law of Zeus and because the royals are sort of bound to certain hospitalities. That in certain scenes he is sort of being mistreated, and Ithaca as a whole is being mistreated through him. And you know, that kind of obviously extends to Argus as well, the dog. I know.
But, yeah. I mean, it's inevitable.
Of course, yeah.
If you haven't already read it or know what's happening, you know that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it's sort of implied very early on.
I've never seen a dog reach 20 before.
Yeah.
He's clearly holding on to his master.
Yeah.
Oh, look, his master is home. What's going to happen now?
Yeah, but it was still sad.
It was.
It really was. It really was.
It needed to happen because Argus is the only one to recognize him.
Yes, exactly. Argus is the catalyst for Telemachus being able to note his own father. Yeah. Another one I want to talk about. Robert Pattinson. We've seen him go from strength to strength in recent movies because, like, he had the Tom Holland effect, and this is what I find really fascinating about this. He had the Tom Holland effect, and he was typecast as sort of, or not even typecast, but stuck in the sentiment of being Edward Cullen in Twilight, and then like basically got nothing for years, sort of went nowhere, and then like the Batman happened. And not just the Batman, but other things happened.
The Lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. Batman, the Lighthouse. He did that. What was it? That movie that came out where was it Mickey something?
I don't know.
I don't remember, but he was in that too. And then obviously he was doing some voice acting as well. And then obviously he's going to be in Dune when that comes out, the third part. He's in this. Obviously, the Batman 2 is coming as well.
He's getting good roles again.
Yeah, and he's a good actor. I actually loved to hate him in this movie as well because
obviously it has been a long time since I've read it. I can't remember why all of the other suitors are following him.
Yes, I was thinking that during the movie, to be fair. Because aren't they all out for themselves? Like,
yeah, all of them want to marry Penelope.
Yeah.
So why are they following his orders? He's not in charge.
Yeah. It's not like...
I can't remember if that's mentioned in the original or not.
Yeah, I will say that's something that I think is sort of glossed over a little bit. And obviously you see it a little bit later on when things change a little bit and they're all sort of the contest, right? But
yeah,
but I think
they are all still following whatever he says.
Yeah, and like
he's hiding out the back because he knows that he doesn't stand a chance, and yet all of them are running off to try and kill Odysseus.
Yeah, and he's shouting, "There's the swords! There's the spears!" I actually found it almost humorous that moment. I actually really did. I thought, what the like, he's just stood there shouting every weapon that comes out the ceiling.
Like, they have eyes they can see.
Yeah, it was interesting. I did like, I think his best part in the movie was when is it Sinon's lot was put back down in front of him, and that was like really good. That was a really good scene.
He immediately knew what it was. He was like, "Oh no, that's not mine." No.
Yeah.
You could see the panic in his face.
Yeah.
But aside from the panic of Odysseus doing that bow twang,
yes,
which was such a good theme running through.
It was. Do you know what? It was so discreet as well. A lot of the sort of hints in this movie are very discreet.
It was just, that was something that only he did. And so when it happened, Antinous knew immediately, I am about to die.
Yeah. Literally like, oh shit. And then the fact that he's like his sort of second in command or whatever you want to call it was literally like that when he was just got shot in the neck the next second, it was like, oh yeah. It was like, oh shit. It was nice to see that reckoning.
Okay, yeah, everyone here is a dead man. Cool.
Yeah, literally. But like, I really did like the kind of the politics of it as well. But the politics wasn't boring because they were sort of there was implied violence in the politics, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, ancient Greece was a very violent place.
Yeah, like Mia Goth's character as well, and I didn't even know she was in this. But the handmaid, who was sort of giving information as well. That small subplot there was actually fascinating as well. That like even the people who you think would sympathize with Penelope are turning against her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but because this handmaid had seen an opportunity to better herself.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I can be with Antinous, he's going to marry her. Eventually, he'll kill her off because, let's face it, that's what happens all the time then. And then I can get to be queen.
Yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. And that was actually such a really cool comeuppance moment when she said, I think your place is out there. And I think that was like a really poetic moment of saying, like,
I know what you've been doing.
You cast your lot. Yeah, exactly. You cast your lot with these suitors. You can be as dead as them. And obviously she doesn't die. But yeah. Oh, so good. So good. Right. Do you have anything that you want to like discuss, like outfit wise or composition wise? Or anything
some of the
like
things that I'm a little bit disappointed about.
Yes.
They did skip over certain things. There's parts of the journey that are completely removed.
Yes.
The Lotus Eaters.
Yes, which obviously they tried to imply with obviously him eating the lotus, but like that was totally removed as a subplot.
Yeah, so it's one of the first islands they get to on their journey home. They go there for their first bit of supplies. They find some indigenous creatures that are living there, eating these lotuses. So they presume, oh, there was a safe. They go and eat them, and they're there for a while because they don't realize that it is giving them that memory loss.
Yeah. So...
and then it's actually the Lotus Eaters that direct them towards Polyphemus's cave, as you can get supplies here, but it's dangerous.
Yes. Yeah.
That whole island is gone. It just seemed immediately off to Polyphemus.
Yeah, they sort of, it was weird because they sort of did an implication of that with that little town that they sort of ransacked for
so they do go there.
Yeah.
It's, I can't remember the name of the towns, but I mean that the whole subplot through the film of the beware of the people coming from the sea.
Yes, yeah.
And that Odysseus and his men are the people from the sea because of him raiding these towns.
Yeah.
I mean that was a sort of a ooh moment, because I don't think many people in the showing that I was at were like, oh.
I was sort of thinking about it being a cool juxtaposition, but I wasn't thinking that it was actually them. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
in my head, it was like, oh, that's a cool, like, these people coming to the sea, from the sea to Ithaca, but actually these guys are doing the same thing out there. No, it's the same people. It makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, it's showing that Odysseus might not actually be the hero that we all think he is.
Yeah. Yeah. And
also the whole thing with Troy.
Yes.
Like, they broke Zeus's law. They're not necessarily the good guys.
Yeah.
So they do the raid on those villages. They get attacked by the army because they say they're raiding for too long.
Yes.
And they do lose some people then. Then they go off to find the Lotus. Well, they don't go to find it, but they find the Lotus place. And are directed to go to Polyphemus. And they start taking his sheep and his supplies. And that's why he attacks them.
Yeah, so it's kind of, again, they're sort of like, and obviously it's an artistic interpretation, so there's going to be differences. But the implication in this is that, and it still sort of implies him as a force of nature, Polyphemus. But like,
he just attacks him for no reason.
He's implied to be a little bit more malevolent. In that, like you say, he just starts eating them, basically. Like,
it's like, it's dark in there. Yeah, okay, the fire's been lit a little bit more, so he knows there's people there, but like, he just starts attacking for zero reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think you can see that they were trying to get as much as they could into 3 hours, and so they had to simplify some ideas and simplify
they
some
did have to cut a lot of things.
Yeah, which obviously is sad, but I would have almost preferred if they did a part 1 and part 2.
I mean, I was saying that in the car on the way back. Like,
really? Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't have minded it to be a trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of the journey is meant to be that it takes a long time.
Yeah, you look at Lord of the Rings. That is a film about a journey.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's split into 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, you're going to have people that don't like it because it's like, oh, we've reached the end of the film. Okay. Oh, he's nowhere near home. Okay, well, what's the point then? So like my manager hates Lord of the Rings because it feels like it goes on too long.
Okay.
But something like this that does last for 10 years and it has so many different parts happening throughout, you can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that way would have been better, but I think they managed to, and this is what I think is good, is that they managed to make it believable that this 3-hour film did last that time. You feel like you kind of lasted that time with those characters.
I mean, you look at how Matt Damon is aging throughout the film. You can clearly see how long it's actually been taking.
Yeah. And the juxtaposition between his beard at certain points. I know that sounds really weird, but like the way they did that really helped.
How grey it's getting.
Yeah, it really helped.
Another thing that I'm disappointed they left out was Aeolus, the King of the Wind.
Right, okay.
So he is wanting to help the crew of the Odyssey.
Okay.
In the same way that Athena and Hermes, or I'll get onto Hermes later.
Yes.
But in the same way that Athena's wanting to help, Aeolus gives him a bag full of all of the wind.
Okay.
Because all of the wind that Poseidon has been conjuring to stop them getting home, like, he gives them that bag so they can just get there safely. The only wind that's left is the one that will blow them straight to home.
Okay.
And he keeps it in a bag, and his crew are too curious. They open it up, and that releases all the wind, blows them right back to the start again.
Oh, God.
So his crew are distrustful of him.
Yes.
And yet he sort of has reason to be distrustful of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they are not doing things that they should.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I get why they maybe left that out from an audience perspective, though. And what I mean by that is it's easy to read that on a page and know that they've restarted and kind of go, okay, that's okay. But I think in a movie,
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to be like restarted, but you can, you can show that they just get blown off course.
Yeah, 100%. I think you could definitely adapt that you could have really adapted that quite quickly, if in all honesty.
But again, it would have to show a god.
A god. So that's what they're kind of trying to really omit here, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. The only other thing I think that I was a little bit annoyed about, Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
And I might be confusing the myths in my head here.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure Cersei is supposed to have some sort of temple that is full of nymphs.
Right, okay.
Dryads and naiads. And the reason that she turns all the men into pigs, yes, it's partly to do with the food, but it's because of their behaviour towards the women there.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if... Sorry.
Guests are coming to your island and you just turn them into pigs for zero reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like if what she applied afterwards to Odysseus had been shown to a small degree, that would have been better.
Like, they literally just came in, they asked for food, and you attacked them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that she implies that they would have done something bad to her if she hadn't done that. And I think...
If it had been implied with what does happen with the naiads and the dryads, then, okay, you have reason to do it.
Yes. Yeah, I think there's a way of even implying that even if you just kept it sort of as it was, but you implied that there was some kind of maliciousness towards Cersei in some way, or some kind of...
Like, even if it just glances at her.
Yes, exactly. That's all you would have needed to sort of imply that. Because obviously you don't want that put to screen in, like, any kind of grim detail. No. But, like,
I mean, it was already a 15. You don't need to increase it to an 18 or stuff like that.
I think what you're saying, though, is that if we're going to preserve that kind of idea, you've got to kind of put the idea in correctly. It is essentially the I mean,
they're saying men are pigs, and yet they didn't show men being pigs. Until they
not
were
in
pigs.
that part. Essentially, like, even if they told tale of what had happened, maybe this could have solved two of your problems. Because maybe if they told tale of things that had happened on the journey, and she goes, "You guys are basically fucking assholes, then, aren't you?" and turns them into pigs, then that's a potential option. But I feel like that would have maybe solved some of the issues in general. And actually, I feel like it kind of pushed that oral tradition idea even further. Because I think, I don't know whether I was going to ask this before you'd said that, but I kind of put it in there. I think if they'd even implied some of these things to happen, but very swiftly, like, I don't mean to do like a montage in the more modern sense, but something that was a little bit more like seeing small vignettes of things happening as they were on the way, told in these little stories or something, or even like some people had, like, you know, in Ithaca, discussing things that they had heard about Odysseus.
Either that or discussing what the men from the sea have been doing.
Yes, exactly.
And then revealing it later that, that is them. They're the ones that have been doing all this horrible stuff.
Yeah. And then you can imply the god stuff without, and you can keep that grounded vibe if you really want to, but you can imply the gods have done this.
Because then it is all the oral tradition, and they can keep it how they want.
Well, Ajax, I think we've just basically solved the problems of the film. I actually do have one that I really hated, and I don't know if you agree. I understand that not everyone can do a British accent, and I understand that not everything needs to be in a British accent, and I understand that in reality it would have been Greek that they would have been speaking. But when you put something that is an older piece of literature to screen or to play or to whatever, typically the general consensus is to try and use more, for want of a better word, old-timey speech, and as well as that, use some sort of older English accent, because that is sort of the voice of the arts, so to speak, right? I really struggled at points with hearing all of these American accents. I really struggled with it at points, and not
so Nolan has come out to address that, and it's to do with how accessible he wants the film to be.
Yes, which I understand.
So the Odyssey is a very well-known piece of literature that is accessible to everyone.
Yes,
so he's wanted to
it's human condition, but he wants it to feel like anyone can watch it. Yeah, and do you know what? I did actually say that coming out. I did actually say, because people were saying to me, like, I was obviously with my parents, and they said, "So was it good?" I said, "Look, do I think everyone would want to go and watch the Odyssey? As in, like, do I think that's everyone's interest? No, but I think if anyone sat down to watch the Odyssey, they could understand it. I think you could very much understand it. So I will give you that point. I will agree with that, but I do think there was some small things that could have been changed that would still have made it feel that way. For example, dad being used instead of father really threw me at a lot of points. Okay. And also, I feel like John Bernthal could have not done the Punisher.
not done John Bernth's voice,
but he doesn't even speak like that all the time. If you listen to him in interviews and stuff, even for this film, he has a much softer toned voice, and I think it would have worked better than him just going into the Punisher. Like the point he was going, no, and I was like, you literally are the Punisher right now.
Yeah,
and nothing wrong with him, as I think he was somewhat decent in the movie, or generally okay, but
the small part he was in,
but like. And Lupita Nyong'o was amazing, by the way. I really loved the way she did Helen. I actually really enjoyed it.
I am disappointed by the choice to cast her as both sisters.
Yes. Yeah, I think,
because that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Helen was supposed to be the most beautiful person on the planet.
Then you've got two people who are the same most beautiful person.
Why... Like, I know they address it as it's not really about rescuing her, it's about destroying Troy for the, commerce. But, no, you're going there for your brother to get his wife back, because she is the most beautiful person on the planet.
Yeah.
Her and her sister have different dads.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to be identical. No. Like, they're twins, but different parents. Like, no.
Yeah.
I would have liked her to have been in it for longer.
Yes.
But I loved the bit with the sister. I can't remember her name. It's Clemencetra or something like that.
Yeah.
Her and Agamemnon.
Yeah, where she kills him.
That made me jump so much. Like, I knew it was coming.
Yeah. I actually got confused earlier. I didn't really want to stop the flow of the conversation, but I got confused when you said about the cry, because I thought you meant that, and I jumped when that happened on screen. I went, whoa, because she just stabs him, and it was like, whoa. I jumped.
I jumped so much. Like, I jump at everything, but I really jumped at that. No, the one that did make me jump a load was Polyphemus screaming.
That did make me jump too, but I got confused at the time. But that was almost uncomfy. That sound that was uncomfy. What else do I want to say? I'm you're going to tell me more about this. I actually really loved Agamemnon's armor, and I feel like he had such a presence on screen.
He did. Today, I've seen a little bit from Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when they are opening the gates of Troy at night...
Yes.
Have you seen what this is?
No, but go on. Keep going.
He didn't know what was on the other side of the gate.
Oh, really?
So they open it up, and in the film, you just see Agamemnon standing there ore farming.
Yes, you really do.
And he said because it was so dark, you could only see him and about 20 people behind.
Right, okay.
And then there's the roar, and 700 people charge through that thing.
Like,
and
he
didn't know they were there.
Like, actually scary in real life, seeing all those people just charge through.
Yeah.
It kind of played that way on screen, though, because I didn't... I obviously, I was like, they're opening the gate, okay. Like, and then you see a few people, and then you're just like... but no, it's like, boom, all these people coming through. But he had like Darth Vader level aura, like Vader level, like the way he was walking, the way he held himself. It was fascinating to me, actually.
And even him in the underworld,
yes,
where he just walks through everyone, and they all merge out of his way. And yeah, that might be some sort of mythological thing with the spirits there being in tune with each other and knowing someone's coming, but he had presence every time he was on screen.
100%. And it's funny that the only time he doesn't have that presence is in the moment where he lets down his guard. And that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Is that, like, he got soft as soon as he got home, and that's what killed him. And
well, as he said, don't expect a hero's welcome.
Yeah, I loved it. Fascinating. Really good. I'm not
the biggest fan of his helmet with the spine coming down because that wasn't authentic.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the spine.
And I didn't quite understand the whole Giga Chad faceplate.
Yes, it was a bit exaggerated, wasn't it? I didn't hate it, but I know exactly what you mean, that it's not typical. Like, it's not at all.
I know that he didn't want everything to be
100% accurate. Yeah.
100%, but there's some sort of level of authenticity that needed to be there,
especially with armor. I think armor is very important for people.
Well, that's one of the only things that we have surviving from that time.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's kind of our connection.
So we know what it would have looked like.
Yeah. Well, we've taken about 46 minutes up to now. So if you have anything else you want to say, Jax, feel free.
I don't think there's anything else off the top of my head.
I think we've done I think we've generally rounded out we've talked about a lot of the actors' performances. We've talked about the music. We've talked about the sound, should I say. We've talked about
I don't think I really noticed the music much at all.
No, I don't think... I remember... Was it the fight music at the end of the movie? That was very intense. I remember that.
I remember that there being music. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about what the music was.
No.
But apart from that, the sound design was so top tier. I don't think I could mention the music at all. Yeah,
exactly.
I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think sometimes that's good because it means that you're so invested in the scene, right? So we've mentioned that. We've mentioned characters. We've mentioned sort of the setting. I genuinely think we've covered it all. It's funny, though. We've taken about a third of the movie to discuss the movie. I always think that's about sensible, though. I think if it's a big movie, about 40 minutes discussion is sensible, because some people will go on 10-hour, do you know when they do those?
You don't need longer than the film itself.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I really appreciate you coming by to discuss Ajax.
Well, that's okay.
If we ever get another mythological movie, when they do the Iliad or something like that, no, I'm kidding.
They have said would Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon come back for an Iliad. I honestly don't think there's any reason to.
No, I feel like the story was added into this one in a way that kind of made it feel whole. Yeah. I don't think it would, and especially not if you include not including the gods, because that's quite important in the Iliad as well, and maybe even more so in points of the Iliad. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not, I don't know, but I think if any of the mythological stuff comes up, or stuff in general, it's always nice to have a guest. I'll definitely give you a shout, Jax.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And we shall leave it there for now. So, thank you guys for watching and listening. As always, this has been another episode of What Is Nerd. We're back. Is it next week? No, week after for Spider-Man. So we'll be back next week for something else. I don't know what it's going to be. Enjoy. Bye, guys.